Nevada Virtual Academy is on, is back, is ready to pass the proficiency exam. Mr. N talking to you, talking and talking and talking, and you're listening and listening and doing it and passing and be successful and be happy. 14, an equation is shown below. 2g over 3h minus h minus 1 over 6 equals negative 2 over h, which is an equivalent equation solved for g. OMG, what should I do? Question. Scratching my head. I don't know. Help me, Mr. N, because I don't know what to do. Well, guys, solving for g means g is your variable, right? I'm looking here and I have fractions and I don't like fractions. I want to eliminate all these fractions, all these denominators should go away. Go away, denominators, right? First of all, h, make sure you're saying h should be different than 0. I like to do that. Whenever I have a variable as a denominator, I'm making sure, warning sign, no trespassing, 0, no trespassing. H cannot be 0. Next thing, what is the common denominator of 3h, h, and 6? Well, think about it, right? 6 is what? 2 times 3. H is 1 times h. 3 is 3 times h. Common factors here. Well, we don't have any common one, which means I'm going to take all of them and make one common multiple of all these things, right? Which should be 3h and 2 times 3 times h, right? So basically, your 6h is going to be the common denominator, and you're multiplying everything by 6h. Every one of them gets multiplied by 3h. So let's see, how is that going to look like after I'm multiplying? 6h 6h times first term in here 2g over 3h, and that's a g, not a 9, right? Minus 6h times h minus 1 over 6 equals 6g, I'm sorry, 6h times what is here on the right side, negative 2 over h. Good, let's simplify what we can. h and h, 3 goes in 6 2 times. 2 times 2g will be 4g, right? Minus, I got 6 and 6. I have h times h minus 1. h times h minus 1 equals what? H and h will cross cancel, right? And I got 6 times negative 2, negative 12. I have to solve for g. Everything that is not g should move away, okay? Which means I'm adding h times h minus 1 plus h times h minus 1 on both sides. For g, this is 0, equals h times h minus 1 minus 12. Final step, because you need to find g, 1g, right? I will divide everything by 4, which will be what? Well, I have 4 divided by 4, which is your g, should equal. Well, if you want, you can distribute that h first to the parentheses and see what is that going to be, right? And that gives you what? H squared minus h minus 12 over 4. Should we have done that thing or not? Well, you guys tell me. Okay, I'm at this point here where I'm looking back to my answers and I can say, hey, A cannot be, B cannot be, but I'm looking at C and D, and you have two choices. Either FOIL these two binomials in here, or try to factor the one that you already have in here. And I know denominator 4 will stay, but the top, if that's factorable, I will have two binomials. Each one of them will start with h. I'm looking at my last number. My last number is negative. My middle one is negative, which means I will have a plus and a minus, but definitely the last term in here with the negative sign, if it's 3 and 4, these are the only two possibilities. The negative one has to be the bigger one, right? Which means the answer to this problem is going to be D, because if you do the FOIL in here, you will get h squared minus h minus 12 over 4, or if you work backwards, and or forward if you want, and factor this trinomial in here, that's what you're going to get, h plus 3 times h minus 4. Okay, and this is one way to solve this problem. What would be another way? Well, I don't know, going backwards from the answers to the expression, but that's the most difficult one. Use the way I'm showing you. This will be a guarantee that you will pass the proficiency exam. And one day you will send me a $1 million check just to say thank you. I was part of the team that made you a trillionaire. I don't know. Just I hope. Okay guys, this is it. Let's do one more in the next video. Thank you.